welcome back to your practice. Today we're doing hot legs. So we're going to strengthen the legs 360 degrees. So we're going to focus on internal and external rotation as well as adduction and abduction, which just means the ability to bring the legs in and out of the body. And this is going to strengthen the inner and outer thighs. We're also going to focus on flexion and extension. So literally the ability to move the legs 360 degrees, so the femur in all directions inside the hip socket. And we're not going to use any props. So come onto your back, lie back with me. Take your arms overhead. So just make your body a nice long shape. And we're going to swing the right leg out to the right, keeping the leg straight. So we're externally rotating and we're abducting, moving the leg away from the midline. So you might feel a little action in your inner thigh, maybe in your hamstring. Trying to use momentum, keeping your left leg stable and grounded, and using your core. Okay, let's do the left. So swing it out to the left. So the toes roll up and the heel faces down. So you're rolling the thigh out. Keeping the right heel grounded. Arms straight. And the arms overhead just makes this a little bit more challenging in the core. We can all use some core strength. Cool, and then take your right knee up. We're going to point the toes and straighten the leg. And then flex the foot, bend your knee. Point and straighten. Flex and bend, point and straighten, flex and bend. One more. Great, bend your knee. Keep your knee kind of where it is, and you're going to draw a circle with your toes. So you'll feel that your thigh is rolling in and out, moving in all directions, rotating. Circle the other way. Let's do 3 big circles and then straighten, and let's do the other side. So bend your left knee, point your toes, straighten your knee, flex your foot, bend your knee. Point and straighten, flex, toes towards your face, bend the knee, point and straighten, flex and bend. Awesome, bend your knee. And again, the knee stays kind of stable. And we're just circling the toes. So by virtue of circling the toes, we force the thigh to roll out and then in. So try to really move as far as you can. Go the other way. Rolling the thigh out and in. Out and in. Beautiful. Straighten your leg, reach it long. Hug your knees into your chest. Grab behind your thighs and roll yourself up. Come to your forearms and your knees. And then we're going to slide into a forearm plank. Pull your belly in. Lengthen your tailbone down. Spread your shoulders, lower your knees, lower your pelvis into a little back bend. We're going to lift the hips and you're going to slide your left knee over to the right. So your knee is at 90 degrees. And we're going to straighten this right leg and do a couple little pulses. So we're engaging that outer right glute and you're keeping your chest squared off to the front. And your left leg is just stabilizing. You might feel a little work in the left leg as well. And the next time your foot is up, lifted, I want you to hold it and do a couple pulses. Up, 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 up. Swing it over to the right and swing it back. Bend your knee. Swing it over to the right. Swing it back, bend. One more, swing it to the right. Hopefully you feel some burning. This is good. Beautiful. And then we're going to switch. So straighten your left leg and put your right knee out to the side. And then come onto your left hand and step your foot as close as you can to you. And now we're going to work on the inner thigh of the left leg. So you're going to lift and lower the left leg. It doesn't have very far to go. Now I want you to make it a little bit more challenging and pull your left ribs off the floor. So that's going to take the work out of the core and it's going to make it even harder. So try a few. You might not go as high. So pushing down with the elbow, ribs up, lifting and lowering. Beautiful. Come back onto your forearms. Slide your right knee out to the side. So you're in a little frog shape. Right knee out. And we will try to lift the knee and keep the foot down. So a couple external rotation exercises. Lifting and lowering, pushing the pubic bone down. And let's do the opposite. So internal rotation, just lift the foot a couple times. Beautiful. Now try to straighten your right leg out to the right, just getting into the inner right thigh a little bit, little passive stretch. And then let's slide it back. Lift your pelvis, come into a forearm plank. 3 breaths here, tailbone long, spread your shoulders, belly in. Good, lower your knees. And then take your right knee over to the left and drop your hips. So your right knee is 90 degrees, forearms on the ground. Keep your chest square to the mat, and we're gonna lift and lower. So other side. So the toes face left, and we're getting into that outer left glute, outer thigh. This is abduction, moving the thigh away from the midline. One more. Good, and then swing it out to the left. And swing it back, bend your knee. And swing it to the left. And back, bend the knee. One more. Beautiful, now we're gonna switch. So straighten your right leg and step your left foot all the way forward and you'll be on your right elbow. So maybe even walk your bent knee a little bit, your foot closer to you, and just start by lifting and lowering that bottom leg, strengthening your inner thigh. One more, and then we'll make it harder again. So instead of letting your ribs drop, pull the ribs up, and that's going to make it even more challenging. So let's do 3 more like this, pulling the ribs in. Hopefully you feel that, and hopefully your legs will feel a little more toned tomorrow. So slide your left knee to the left, so it's like a half frog shape. Left knee straight out, and then you're on your forearms, and we're going to press into the left foot and lift the knee and lower it. So energetically also drawing the pubic bone forward and the tailbone long, so core is a little bit engaged. And I certainly feel this one in my outer left glute. Cool, and let's do the opposite. Press the knee in and internally rotate, lift the foot a couple times. Beautiful, slide your leg back. Last forearm plank, lift your belly, squeeze your glutes, heavy your tailbone, and lower your knees. Walk your hands back, take a child's pose. So knees can be as wide or as close as you want. Any variation of child's pose. Take a few deep breaths here. Press your chest to your thighs. Press your hips to your heels. And let's come to a downward facing dog. Bend your knees in your dog for today, and then swivel your heels to the left and swivel your heels to the right. Good. Next time you go to the left, you're going to bend your left knee, straighten your right leg, and come onto your right fingertips. And switch. Heels to the right. Bend your right knee, straighten your left leg, come onto your left fingertips. Go back to the left, heels to the left, bend the left knee, and then see if you can lift the left foot off the mat, and then bring your knee to your right elbow and kick out to the right. Fallen triangle, take your right arm up, slide your foot as far north as you can, and then you're gonna sit down into a wide leg straddle. Inhale, lift your chest, and exhale, you can hinge forward any amount. Good, inhale, come up. Exhale, do a side bend to the right. Inhale, come up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, come up. Go back the way you came, plant your hands, and you're gonna step your left foot outside your left hand, turn your toes out. So we're in this little lizard shape. We're gonna walk the hands to the right. Take your left arm up, and then just gently guide your left knee away. Maybe lift the inside of your left foot. Beautiful. Left arm up, bend your back knee, grab your foot, pull your heel to you, and then kick your foot into your hand and release. Walk your hands back to the middle, straighten your leg, step to a squat, toes out, heels down. Take a breath in, and exhale, fold over your legs. Cool, you're gonna lean all of your weight to your left foot and lift your right leg. Lift, straight out to the right, strengthening that outer hip. Nice, and plant your hands. Step your left foot back, downward dog. Cool, bend your knees, heels over to the right. You're gonna straighten your left leg, bend your right knee so much that your foot can lift. And then bring your knee to your left elbow. Slide your foot north and over as far as you can. Keep sliding and sit into a straddle. Breathe in, lift your heart, and exhale, you can hinge at your hips. Inhale, come up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, come up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, come up. Go back the way you came. Plant your hands. Step your foot outside to the right. Release your knee. You can turn your toes out a little bit. Crawl your hands over to the left. Push your right knee away from you. Lift the inner right foot. And then reach back. Take a quad stretch. Grab your foot. Push your foot into your hand. Let that open your chest a little bit. And release. Step to a squat, wide squat, heels in, toes out. Just a breath here. And then fold. Good. You're going to bring all the weight to the right foot, hands in front of the right foot. Float your left leg. Up, 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 up. Good. Plant your hands. Step your right foot back. Downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, you can take a chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Okay, we're gonna add on here. So heels over to the left, spin that right heel down, lift the left foot, bring the knee to the right elbow, kick out to the left, fallen triangle. This time, bend your back knee and sit down. Cool, so you're gonna step into your right foot, point your left toes, and see if you can lift your left leg 3 times. Beautiful. And then bring your foot to you and move your knee out to the right. Walk your hands to the left and fold over your left leg. Inhale, come up, step back into your right foot. See if you could maybe stand up into a little skandasana and then sit back down and then slide your right knee to meet your left knee and lift your left foot. Lift your left foot. One more. 3. Good. Step back into your right foot. Plant your hands. Go back where we started. Down dog split. Bend your knee, open your hip. Draw a circle one way. Draw a circle the other way. And then start to move your foot over to the right and see if you can look to the right of your hand, your arm, and see your foot floating. And then roll to the outer edge of your right heel and step behind you slowly. And you're sitting down. Lift the right leg 3 times. 2, 3, and then take a back bend. So lift your hips, grab the back of your head. Beautiful. Downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. So spin your heels to the right. You're going to bend that right knee so much the left heel is grounded. Move your knee to your left elbow. Kick out to the side. Turn your back toes out and sit down. Good. Turn your chest to face your right leg and 3 times. 1, lifting, 2, lifting, 3. Beautiful. And then let your foot come in and your knee roll out and walk your hands down over your right leg. Breathe in, breathe out. Come back up, step into your left foot. See if you can maybe stand up through skandasana. And then you can sink it back down. And then try to bring your knees together so your left leg is in half virasana. Lift your right leg. 2, 3. Step into your foot. Plant your hands. Come back the way you came. Right leg is high. Bend your knee, open your hip. Draw a circle with your knee one way. And draw a circle the other way. Down dog split. Bend your knee. Move your foot to the left. Look to the left of your arm. See your foot very slowly. Roll to the outer edge of your left foot. Step off of your mat and sit down. And one more time, you're going to lift. 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to plant your hand and do a little back bend, wild thing. Grab the back of your head. Bring that left shoulder blade into your spine. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Adding on one more time, heels over to the left. Spin your right heel down, bring your right knee over to your right elbow. Kick out to the left for fallen triangle. Pause. See if you can lift your left foot. Good. Sit back down, legs wide. This time take your right hand behind you and lift your hips up. Toes go to the right. Sit down. Do a little like forward bend over to the left. Toes to the left. Hips up. Good. Lower your hips. Go forward. Toes to the right. Hips up. One more time. Lower. Swing your arms forward. Toes to the left. Hips up. Beautiful. Okay, bend to your right knee. See if you can stand up and sink it back down. Bring your right knee over to meet your left knee and lift. 1, 2, 3, and then open it back up. Step into your foot. Plant your hands. Down dog split. Left leg high. Bend your knee. Start to roll to the outside of your right heel. Look at your foot in front of your right arm. See your foot. Slowly step behind you. Sit down. Lift the right leg. 1, 2, 3. Slide the left arm forward. See if you can sneak your arm around. Maybe take a bind and take your forehead down. 3 breaths in and out. In and out. Last breath. Unwind, bring your right hand behind you and press your hips up through a wild thing. Grab the back of your head. Right shoulder blade into your spine. Downward facing dog. Bend your knees. Spin your heels to the right. Left heel spins down. Take your right knee to your left elbow. Kick your foot out. Slide it far away. Pause and fall in triangle and see if you can lift the right foot. And then sink all the way down. Roll your arms forward and to the left. Both toes go left. Your hips pop up. And release. Take your arms to the right. Toes to the right. Right hand behind you. Press the hips up. Good. So you'll feel this inner and outer thigh engagement on the outsides of the feet. Hips up. One more. Let's go to the right. Toes to the right. Hips up. So nice. Sit back down. We're going to bend that back knee. Left knee bends. Toes out. Skandasana. Lift up. Any amount. And then release. Slide your left knee to meet your right knee as best you can. Lift your right leg. 1, 2, 3. Good. Step into your left foot. Plant your hands back on the mat. Kick your right leg back to down dog split. And then bend your knee and start to let your foot move very slowly to step off of your mat. You're on the outside of your left foot. And then you sit down. 1, you know what's happening. 2, last one. 3, take your right arm, reach towards your toes, and then turn your palm out and see if you can slide your arm in front of your shin. Slide your left arm around and maybe you catch a bind. Good. Otherwise, you can just grab your foot. If the bind doesn't feel like it's happening, take your head down, take 3 breaths. Squeeze the knee into the midline. Lengthen your nose towards your shin. One more breath in and out. Come up. Left hand goes behind. You're going to pop up onto a wild thing. The right foot supports you. Use your glutes. Firm your shoulder blade. Downward facing dog. Lower your knees. Cross your ankles. And take a seat. So we've done quite a bit of flexion, lifting the legs up, inner and outer thighs. Just going to do a couple more little practices here. Bend your knees. Grab your toes with your peace fingers. Hover your legs. Extend your legs, Navasana. If it feels good, let go of your toes and hover. Lower halfway down. Take the legs out and in. X and together. X, and together. Good, come back up and then step on your feet and let's lift the hips. Squeeze your glutes, lift your chest, maybe drop your head back. Full breath in and out. Good, release. Let's windshield wiper the knees. And then we'll take a seat to close. So you might feel pretty warmed up to do some deeper back bends or deeper forward bends if you want to hold something a little longer, or you can rest in Shavasana. I'm going to guide us into just a simple down-regulating breath meditation. So have a seat with me if that feels supportive. And tune in to your pelvis, your hips. If you feel that your back is really rounded, you could sit on something. And with your eyes closed, send your inhale for a count of 5 down into your belly. Soften your belly. Hold your breath for a count of 5. Exhale for a count of 5. Hold empty. Breathe in. Hold your breath. Exhale. Hold on empty. Breathe in. Hold your breath. Exhale. Hold on empty. And then breathe normally. You can bring your hands together to honor your practice. Thank you for joining me. Feel free to float your eyes open. Namaste. I'll see you next time, friends. Bye.